Hey you guys, it's Sal here. A very warm welcome back to another perfume video. I hope you're doing well. So today we are talking all about vanilla fragrances. So vanilla is a perfume note which is fairly popular, and it's also a note which I personally really enjoy. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun talking about today's fragrances. Very quickly before we get started with today's video, if you're new to my channel, then welcome! I create new perfume videos every single week, so if that's something which interests you, then I would absolutely love it if you would click the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Also, if you would like to be notified every time I make a new upload, you can click the notification bell as well. So all of the fragrances which I'm going to be mentioning today, they're all very different from each other, so I'm going to be talking about lots of different kinds of vanilla scents. However, I would say on the whole these aren't really going to be in any particular order, just because there are so many here which I truly adore and it would be a little bit too difficult to try and like rank them in some way. So anyway, the first one I'm going to be talking about today is Lancome's La Nuit Trésor à la Folie. So some of you guys who have watched my previous videos, you may remember me mentioning this one before. It is one which I absolutely love. So this fragrance primarily, if I had to sum it up in one descriptive word, it kind of reminds me of mulled wine. So this is a very berry prominent scent. It has lots of red berries in here. But alongside those red berries, this is a very prominent, beautiful vanilla fragrance. So this is a very warm vanilla scent. It has the tiniest little bit of spice in here, but it's not like a spicy spice, if that makes sense. It's not spicy in the sense of chili, it's spicy in the sense of like the warm, sweet spices that you would find in mulled wine, things like that. Because it has that very warm, delicious, almost edible vanilla accord in here, it almost reminds me of baking as well. So if you can imagine a banquet of beautiful Christmassy things, so you've got your mulled wine mixing with the smell of freshly baked Christmas cookies, that's what this fragrance kind of reminds me of. It's truly delicious, you guys. This fragrance has an absolutely stunning bottle and the performance is also excellent. So I would say overall the quality of the scent is definitely very good. I would say unlike the original La Nuit Trésor, this one is actually a bit softer. So this doesn't have the same monstrous presence which the original La Nuit Trésor has. However, it doesn't detract from its overall performance. So although this is a softer scent than the original La Nuit Trésor, I would still say that this is an excellent performing perfume. It's just softer. So where the original La Nuit Trésor is like 11 out of 10, I would say this is more a 7 or an 8 out of 10 with regards to the longevity, the sillage and the overall performance of the scent. Although this fragrance does remind me a lot of Christmas baking, I would say on the other hand it is versatile and it could be worn all year round for sure. I think of course it would be beautiful to wear in the autumn and winter, just because of the nature of the smell, but I do think because it's not super loud, I do think you could definitely get away with this in the spring, perhaps even in the summer, any kind of occasion really. It's quite versatile, and you know me, I love versatile fragrances. I think that they're great to have in your collection. I personally find it really nice when you don't have to think too much about which fragrance to wear, and fragrances like this one here are just super easy to wear and kind of reach for any occasion. This is one of my most worn fragrances. I only bought this one last year and I've used a lot of it. This is a 75ml bottle. So I absolutely love it, you guys. It's really addictive. It's the kind of fragrance that you just want to keep smelling more of. It's just wonderful, beautiful, addictive, warming vanilla scent. So that is La Nuit Trésor à la Folie. Next up today we have the beautiful Mugler Aura. Now this is a relatively new addition to my collection, you guys, and I am absolutely mesmerised by it. This is a really unusual fragrance and it is a predominantly vanilla scent. So it's very vanillic, it's very woody. And this fragrance also has some really interesting green notes going on. So it has an initial very refreshing minty quality, but it's still almost kind of warm at the same time. So there's a lot of kind of contrasts going on within the scent profile, which just makes this utterly hypnotizing in my opinion. It's truly unique. I've never smelled anything even remotely like this, you guys. There's something slightly medicinal in here, very green, as I say, minty, plant-like, but it's still very warm and rich. I can see how this might be slightly cloying to some people because it has a very rich presence, and it almost reminds me, like the way that this fragrance feels, it's quite heavy, and it reminds me almost of like a really warm, humid kind of climate. I would say actually you get a really good sense of how this is going to smell by the look of the bottle and by the whole concept of the fragrance. So if you've seen the advert for this scent, it sort of shows this jungle sort of scene, and I do think that that is really nicely captured in the actual scent of this fragrance. The woody and vanillic accords in here are very, very strong, so I would say in equal measure to the green notes you do also have that very rich, warm, vanillic, woody, heavy base to this fragrance, which gives it a lot of the kind of structure. The performance of this scent is phenomenal, as with all of the Mugler fragrances basically. I mean, I've yet to find a Mugler fragrance which doesn't really perform. I'm pretty sure they all perform fairly well. This one is no exception to that, so this one lasts pretty much all day. Whenever I wear this I can always get whiffs of myself kind of throughout the whole day basically, so it performs really, really nicely. I adore this scent. It's very addictive. It's kind of soft and enveloping, but it still makes a statement at the same time. It's very feminine in my opinion, but it's very, very unusual. It's a pretty unique take on a seductive vanilla feminine fragrance in my opinion, just because of the very green menthol kind of quality that this one has. It's very unusual for a vanilla fragrance to smell like this. Let me know in the comments what you think of Mugler Aura, because I definitely hear very mixed reviews on this one. I for one absolutely love this fragrance. I really like the fact that it's so unusual, and I kind of like the fact that not everyone would like it either. So that is the beautiful Mugler Aura, a very unique and beautiful vanilla, woody and green fragrance. The next fragrance I want to talk about today is an absolute must try when it comes to vanilla scents. It is truly iconic, it is beautiful and unlike any other fragrance, and that scent is the beautiful Hypnotic Poison by Dior. So you guys, this scent is really, really good. This has that Play-Doh kind of quality to it. It's very, very almondy. It's a very warm vanilla. It's very addictive. It's the kind of, again, similar to the addictive quality which Mugler Aura has. I would say that this one is also very addictive. You just want to keep smelling more of it. The only slight downside to this one, and I do have to mention this just because it was quite disappointing, the reformulation of this fragrance is not that great in my opinion. This scent doesn't seem to last a huge amount of time, but other than that it's still a very, very standout fragrance. It's really, really good. It's just I personally find that this version which I purchased is possibly one of the newer reformulations, just because it doesn't seem to last that well on me. However, on the whole, I do still really, really enjoy this one. It's a beautiful vanilla almond fragrance. I would say that this fragrance also has a slightly mysterious quality about it, just because it has those other unusual notes in here like the plum. So there's a slight creamy, dry fruitiness that this scent has, along with that very prominent almond accord and of course the vanilla. So this is an absolute must try vanilla fragrance, you guys. If you enjoy vanilla and if you enjoy nutty kind of smells, I think you would love this. And I do definitely think that this one is up there with some of the best vanilla fragrances that there are. Next up today is Valentino Valentina Poutre. Now this fragrance is really, really nice, you guys. I think it's kind of a must try for any powdery fragrance lovers who also enjoy vanilla scents. I think this is definitely a must try if you enjoy those kind of fragrances, because this is both of those things. It's a really, really dry, powdery fragrance. It almost gives me a dreamy vintage kind of feeling, but it doesn't smell overly vintage. It just gives me those dreamy, whimsical kind of vibes, which is really, really nice. From what I can remember, I believe this has iris in it, it has tuberose, and it has vanilla. I believe this also has some sort of musk mallow in here as well, which maybe gives it something a little bit different. I think overall this fragrance is super, super feminine, you guys. It is so soft. This fragrance performs very well. It has an absolutely beautiful bottle, and I do think that this one is quite versatile, so you could pretty much wear this to any sort of occasion. It is also very, very comforting, you guys. It's a very, very comforting fragrance. I think this would be a lovely one to wear even just around the house or to bed. It's just so beautiful, comforting and feminine. So that is the beautiful Valentino Valentina Poudre. The next fragrance I'm going to be talking about today is Maison Francis Kirkjan's Gentle Fluidity Gold. So this is a sample which I ordered direct from Maison Francis Kirkjan. It arrived yesterday. I tried it for the first time yesterday and it is truly a beautiful, rich vanilla scent, you guys. When I read the profile, I was expecting this to be more of like a kind of floral fragrance with a hint of vanilla. However, upon trying it, I was quite surprised at just how vanillic it really is. So this is a beautiful vanilla fragrance, you guys. It is almost slightly gourmand and to me it smells like a vanilla cake. Something which this fragrance actually reminded me of as well, you guys, is Mancera Roses Vanille. So if you have ever smelled Mancera Roses Vanille, then I would say you've got a pretty good idea of roughly how this smells. I actually think they're very, very similar. I would say I probably prefer Gentle Fluidity Gold to Roses Vanille. I think this one is slightly more complex, whereas Roses Vanille is quite linear in my opinion, but they do kind of smell quite similar actually. So if you love fragrances like Mancera Roses Vanille, then I do think you would like this. It's almost slightly syrupy as well. I would say once it kind of warms up on the skin, it develops into this beautiful, warm, slightly powdery and floral vanillic fragrance. It's really stunning and I would definitely say that vanilla is one of the most prominent things that I can smell in this fragrance right here. So that is Maison Francis Kirkjan's Gentle Fluidity Gold. Next up today I have a beautiful spicy vanilla fragrance and that is none other than the beautiful Tom Ford Noir pour Femme. This is a rich balsamic woody amber vanilla scent, which has quite a lot of soft spice to it. Again, I wouldn't say it's too much at all. If it was too much spice, then I wouldn't actually enjoy it because I don't like anything that's too spicy. This has just the perfect level of spice in my opinion. It's not too much at all, and I just think it adds to it just gives it a really beautiful, sensual kind of quality, I would say. This would be a stunning evening fragrance. I think it would be a beautiful date night fragrance. It's just so kind of alluring, dark and womanly, I think. It's truly beautiful. The performance on this one is also very good and it develops quite a lot on the skin when you wear it. So it starts off more vanillic, sweet and with that spice, but once it dries down I would say it veers more towards the kind of really balsamic, woody amber kind of scent. It's truly beautiful, you guys. Again, very addictive. I find that vanilla fragrances are among the most addictive kind of fragrances that you can have. They're very, very Moorish, and this one is definitely another addictive vanilla scent. So that is the beautiful Tom Ford Noir pour Femme. Next up today is the absolutely stunning Kenzo Amour. So you guys, this fragrance is just wonderful. I picked this up for quite a reasonable price as well, I think. I'm trying to remember where I got it. I think I got this from either All Beauty or Natino, but either way it was very, very affordable. This is the 100ml bottle. This fragrance is a very vanilla prominent fragrance, but it also has a rice note in here. So many have compared this to smelling like a rice pudding, and I would have to agree. This definitely reminds me of like a warm, cozy, comforting rice pudding kind of smell. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's just the most delicate, beautiful, soft and cozy kind of fragrance ever, you guys. I would say that if you already love Hypnotic Poison, then you would also love this. So I actually featured this in my Hypnotic Poison dupes video. I do think that this one is a very nice alternative to Hypnotic Poison if you're looking for something which gives off a similar vibe, but something which actually performs a bit better, then I would definitely check this one out. So this is a beautiful, soft, gentle, powdery fragrance. It almost reminds me of like a comforting warm hug or something like that. It is truly beautiful, you guys. There's something slightly fresh in here as well. It reminds me of crisp, freshly cleaned linen or something like that, sort of mixed with that really warm, cozy vanillic note and the rice pudding also. It's truly beautiful, you guys. I do highly recommend this fragrance. It's so nice for just every day, particularly at the moment as I'm like staying home and things like that. It's just such a nice one to wear kind of every day. It's a really nice, casual, comforting, beautiful fragrance, and that is Kenzo Amour. And last up today, but by no means least, this is another absolutely stunning fragrance and it's up there with some of my favourites, and that is Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. So this perfume, you guys, is incredible. Some of you may know I've mentioned it a few times on my channel. channel, but actually I bought this fairly recently and I decided to go for the 100ml bottle. Even though I have so many other fragrances to use, I decided to go for the 100ml just because of how much I do love this fragrance. This is one of those perfect, everyday, feminine, versatile fragrances that you really could wear literally anywhere. So this is very classy, it's very, very elegant. Initially there's some citrusy kind of notes, but they do sort of fade, and then it very quickly becomes this beautiful enveloping lavender and vanilla kind of fragrance. There's some woodiness to this scent as well. I believe there's sandalwood in here. There might even be some licorice. It's just so beautiful, you guys. I think this is definitely signature scent worthy without a doubt. It's the kind of fragrance that you could never really tire of. It's just so nice. It has this beautiful, soft presence about it. It's very, very noticeable, but not in like a shouting kind of way. So this fragrance doesn't need to be loud to be heard. It has a very beautiful, soft, feminine presence about it, and people will definitely be able to smell this on you, but it's not going to be overpowering. So in this video, I've mentioned some spicy vanilla fragrances, I've mentioned some green vanilla scents, some powdery scents. This one here is an aromatic lavender sort of take on a vanilla scent. So this is also very, very unique. I absolutely love how this was very, very innovative at the time. Nothing like this had really been done before, and I think it works so incredibly well. This fragrance almost reminds me of like a Kate Middleton type of personality, someone who's very, very feminine, very, very classy. Just everything like that is embodied in this scent, and I absolutely love it, you guys. It is a truly stunning vanilla fragrance. I just think this is one of the greats. I really, really do. I truly adore this scent. So that is Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. So there we have it, you guys, my brilliant vanilla fragrances. Let me know in the comments which ones you like from this list. Please also let me know of any vanilla fragrances which you have and you love. I might not have heard of them before. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I truly appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.